Hey there, this is your girl Candace Duff coming at you all the way live from sunny South Florida. I know that I haven't made a video in a minute, but I'm about ready to endeavor and to enter into a new challenge. Basically, I'm doing the same challenge that I did last year, the Three Rivers Challenge. And for those of you who don't know what that is, Jessica over at the Three Rivers Homestead channel, she does a challenge every single year where she challenges us to just eat from our pantries, our refrigerators, our freezers, and not to go shopping for food basically for the first 2 months of every year. Now, I did this challenge last year, and if you were with me, you know it was a blast. I did this challenge last year and I had a whole laundry list of reasons as to why I wanted to do it. Everything ranging from reducing food waste to losing weight and to just eating through some of the crazy stuff that I found, that I bought over the year and never used in my pantry and my cabinets or what have you. This year, my list is a little shorter. And basically, I decided to do the challenge again this year, again, to reduce food waste. I've gotten better, I gotta say, even from last year's challenge. I've gotten better at not buying things that I don't use, thank goodness. But I haven't gotten better at buying multiples of things. And when we go through my cabinets, you'll see that. Not remembering what I already have, not organizing it well enough, and then buying more when I don't really need it. So I'm gonna be working on things like that during the course of this challenge and during the course of the next year. Just stocking up on the things I need to stock up on and not just willy-nilly. Be more mindful about it and more organized about it. Another reason I want to do it, besides reducing food waste and being more organized, is I've kind of gone off the rails in terms of my weight loss goals. So those of you who've been with me, I was eating high protein and I was doing that because I had some weight loss goals and I actually did well for a while. But then I got a new job in May and when I'm working full time, I tend to order in a lot. So I, spend a lot of money, which brings me to my third reason, ordering in all the time, not cooking, not watching what I was eating, not documenting, not food prepping like I was supposed to, or meal prepping. And, that leads to weight gain. When you don't watch what you eat, when you order in too much, when you don't monitor and you don't make it a point to, make sure you're eating less calories than you actually need to maintain weight, and that you don't eat the levels of micros and macros you're supposed to, you tend to gain weight. So I want to get back on the wagon. I know a lot of people do that at the beginning of every single year, but I'm serious about it. I want to get back on the wagon because I was doing really well for a while, and I want to get down to where I want to be, and I want to be healthier. So I'm doing it for that reason. I'm going to be meal prepping more. I'm only going to be eating out of my pantry. I'm going to have to be more mindful and intentional about what I eat, about what I meal prep for the week, because I'm only eating out of what I have here for the most part. And I won't be ordering in. So that'll be a lot healthier. The third reason I actually want to do this challenge is because I want to save money big time. And saving money, not eating out all the time will save you a ton of money. So I'm definitely going to be saving money during this challenge, and I'm going to be investing that money. So not only am I going to save money, I'm going to invest that money into things that I want to invest it in, whether that's paying off credit card debt, whether that's, investing in the stock market or investing in real estate or whatever the case may be, or just putting it aside for a rainy day. I'm going to be saving money. And I'm going to be, putting myself in a better financial position. So those are things that I'll be working on the first 2 months of this year. Now, I don't have a homestead like some of these people have. Most of the people who do the Three Rivers Challenge, they also do canning. They also have homesteads. They may live on a farm. They may have chickens. The chickens don't tend to lay eggs in the winter, but at least, they might have some eggs and things of that nature. They may buy, whole half cows or whole cows for their family and put it in their freezers. I don't do that. It's just me, but I do have enough food. I never have to worry about not having enough food in my house. So, and there are some people who do this challenge, from an urban setting. I live in a city, right, in Florida. So, and I did this challenge last year and I was just fine. So I'll be doing it from my home. I'm kind of different from the other, Three Rivers Challenge challengers because they tend to live on farms or homesteads or what have you. It's going to be an interesting thing. And then there are other reasons, of course, that I like to do this challenge, learning new recipes, having an adventure with you all, taking you on my journey, and just enjoying the ride. Like, this is a good time to reflect on last year, to think about what my goals for this year are going to be, health-wise, monetarily, career-wise, right? So, and I've already started a new chapter. I mean, I've gone back to practicing law, so, and that's been exciting in and of itself. And I want to do well in that as well. So that's where we are. A new challenge, a new beginning. Three Rivers Homestead Pantry Challenge. So it's going to be hashtag 3 Rivers Challenge, hashtag Pantry Challenge, and hashtag freezer challenge. It's going to be all that. So without further ado, let me show you this hot mess that is my kitchen, okay, and show you what I'm working with. So one of the first things I had to do when I was getting ready for this challenge was take an inventory of the food I already had. And I was ashamed to say that even though I went through this challenge last year, I still had a lot of stuff in my cabinets that had expired, were no longer good or whatever, even though expired food can last a little bit, beyond its date. And I also saw that I had many multiples of things that I typically use, which wasn't necessarily a bad thing. As you can see here, I have a really big thing for beans. I apparently love beans, and actually I know I love beans. And canned beans. I can't be bothered cooking beans from scratch, although cooking beans from scratch is more economically viable. I also have a really big thing for canned fish. I have this mackerel breakfast I like to make that's high protein. I like to make things like salmon cakes or what have you. And then I have a big thing for sauces. So I have a lot of enchilada sauce, green enchilada, red enchilada. And I also have some soup mixes that I have here, which is good because I found some ham in my refrigerator. So that'll be a good mix. And then I apparently have things for pre-cooked rice because I can't be bothered cooking rice from scratch sometimes. And a really big thing for tuna. Don't ask me. Okay. And then I like to drink tea too. So this is what I'm working with. I discovered in my cabinet that I have 3 more of these polymer all fruits, which is ridiculous. Why do I have so many polymer all fruits? And so that's what we have in here. In this cabinet, I happen to have more things like black lentils. I've had these for a long time, and I really need to use some of them. I haven't cooked any of them. I also have 3 bags of nutritional yeast. You can see the Anthony's nutritional yeast up there in the back, and there's some here, yeast flakes, and that's when I do my vegan thing and when I cook, vegan. I also have things like applesauce, which I probably need to use up. I have things like wild rice that I need to use up. I sometimes cook with ghee. So I have 2 of those, which I don't know why I have 2 of them, but that's okay. I have things like canned milk in the back because the last time I did this challenge, I noticed that, sometimes you need milk outside of whatever it is you have. So canned milk actually helps with that. Here's where I keep my oils and things like molasses and honey and what have you. So I have that here. I also have a ton of sauces, not sauces, what do you call those things? Stock, like chicken broth and things of that nature. And here I also have spillover from my seasonings cabinet, which if you recall from last year was a hot mess. So here I have more, garlic in a can, cornstarch, things of that nature. I have rice, and I noticed that I have rice in a number of places. All right, so here I have spillover seasonings like Old Bay. I have my breadcrumbs over here. Things like sriracha and pesto are up in here. Tomato sauces. Here I have more rice. But I have tomato sauces. And here's where I have all the stock I was talking about. So I have a ton of bone broth and things of that nature. In here, some more tomato products and some more pasta. I'm really big into elbows apparently. And if you recall from last year, here is the hot mess of my seasoning cabinet. And as you can see, it hasn't gotten any better, although I've gotten through some of the older seasonings that I've had and recycled them, and I now know what I use the most out of. But as you can see here, I won't be lacking for seasonings with which to cook my food. All right, so now we're going to, and then down here is where I keep things like, cashews to make cashew sauces, whatever, for vegan dishes, protein powders, and things of that nature, dark cocoa, some nuts, and protein sources and protein powders. So this is my dry goods, dry protein area, and that's where I have this stuff here. Now down here in these cabinets, these are completely unorganized, But I have things like shelf-stable, soy milk, cereal, like protein cereal, peanut butter powder, and coffee. And it's definitely important for me to have coffee to have throughout the challenge because we don't want me like cursing out judges and clients. So we want to make sure that I have coffee to last me throughout the 2-month period. That would not be good, right? And then over here, I have some things in plastic bins. So I have this protein cereal, which is pretty nasty, by the way. So I'm going to be eating that just to get rid of it. But protein cereal. And I have things like, protein pasta and things like oats that are instant oats or what have you. And I also have things like flour. I have more of this in the other cabinet. And also like pancake mix, or whatever, Kodiak pancake mix, which is higher in protein than regular pancake mix. So I have a lot of stuff, carb sources as well. So as you can see, I'm in no danger of starving over the next 2 months. So let's set the rules for the challenge, because everybody who does this challenge can set their own rules, right? So my rules are going to be, I'm not going to buy anything but fresh fruit maybe, or like milk if I run out of it, which I don't think I will, or something like that. And I'm not going to spend more than, I don't know, $15 a week. So I'm not going to spend $15 a week on anything else besides like water, besides like fresh fruit or fresh milk, or fresh vegetables, anything that's fresh. I'm not going to spend more than $15 on it. So it'll give me a budget of $60 a month, which is actually pretty small. I mean, really small considering what I can normally spend, basically for this challenge. That's $120 for the entire 2-month period. And so I'm not going to spend more than that. Also, I'm going to give myself leeway if I end up clearing out some of that freezer space. If I run across a killer sale for like organic or pasture raised meat or something, or kind of killer sale for something that I want to eventually can or whatever, I give myself permission to buy it. I don't see that happening, but hey, you never know. I may, run into a killer sale for something that, that I can stock up on that I'm running out of, but I won't use it. Whatever I buy in that area, I will not use during this challenge. All right, so let me know in the comments below whether you're going to join this journey with me, whether or not you're going to watch me every single week. I plan to put out 1 to 2 videos every single week regarding this challenge. My next video is coming out on Sunday, and you'll be able to see what I'm cooking for week 1 of the challenge. So this is going to be very interesting. Even though I'm going to be cooking today, the next video is coming out on Sunday. And this is going to be quite interesting, let me tell you. Let me know if you're going to be joining the challenge. Let me know if you are in a homestead or if you're in an urban setting. Let me know if you have ever done a challenge like this before. Let me know if you want more information. Let me know what questions you want me to have. And let me know some dishes you want to see me make, maybe, because that'll be interesting too. On that note, I'll see you in the next video. Take care and Happy New Year to you all.